My weekly chores are just like your household ones with one big trade-off. Instead of cutting the grass, I have to do something far grosser. I'll show you what it is on this week's Wild by the Mile chore list. Hey guys and gals, I'm Liz Bryant, or Wild by the Mile on Instagram, and I'm gonna be very vulnerable with you right now. This week was a week from complete hell. I'm pretty stressed out still. There's a bunch of mold in the fridge. So the week started with mold in my fridge. I accidentally turned off the fridge when I left for Tulsa for 6 days, and when I came back, I had to throw out all the food. The next morning, I woke up and I shattered the right outside mirror. So if you've ever seen a Ford diesel truck, their mirrors are farther out than normal. I drove right by one on a narrow neighborhood road and the impact, it exploded. So State Farm has not been easy to deal with, and that's the woman's insurance company. You may remember that on my 1-year anniversary of living in the van, a woman accidentally backed into the van, and there is a dent on the back doors. Well, State Farm is really giving me the runaround. That's the short version of this story. The body repair shop said because this is a commercial van, because it's a larger van, they have to charge a higher labor rate. And the insurance company fights to pay the estimate. Friday, a man insisted, he was very nice, he insisted helping me put the bike rack into the hitch. When he put the bike rack into the hitch, he kicked it a few times there was a key inside the lock, and the key broke off. So now I can't lock the bike rack. To top it off, a few minutes ago, the curtain rod disconnected and fell down while I was driving. Also today, the toilet exploded on me with stuff inside. I won't go into details, but if you want to know in-depth fiasco details, just follow me on Instagram, Wild by the Mile. You just click on the troubleshoot blue circle. Let's get on with the show. Today, I'll walk you through my weekly chore list, which includes showers, filling my water tank and where I do so, dishes, a creative way I mop these floors without actually having to carry around a mop, and the worst one, dumping the toilet. I come to the gym to take a shower. This is inside the shower. I pay $35 a month for unlimited showers at 24-Hour Fitness. I like chain gyms because there are extended hours and locations across the country. I actually don't work out. I walk in straight past the counter, straight to the showers. Okay, so I'm clean. 6 days later. I even appreciate the locker room lighting because it's so bright. Oh, it startles me. I'm like, oh God. I definitely did not see that in the van mirror. If there isn't a gym in my current location, which right now there isn't, I prioritize finding a yoga class and a yoga studio with a shower. My favorite option this past summer while I trained for a triathlon, aquatic and recreational centers. The best community centers I have ever found are located up north in Canada. If those 3 options aren't available, which has never happened to me in 1 year living in the van, you can pay for a shower at an RV park. This is my portable shower. It's called the Big Kahuna. I did own a portable shower. It's called the Big Kahuna Portable Shower, and it failed. This shower is advertised for boats and RVs. All you do is you plug it into your 12-volt cigarette lighter. It's not working, like the green light didn't come on. It's made out of a plastic dog food bin with a pump inside. Now to me, a portable shower means I can take it anywhere, I can take it outside, shower outside, and be in the elements with it. Well, that wasn't so, I found out. On the 4th time trying to use it, it wouldn't work. So what I did one time is I showered outside, I put the hose on the ground and a little bit of dirt and then placed that back inside the bin with a pump. Evidently, it clogged the pump. Before I ever bought the Big Kahuna, I called the company and the man who answers the phone stressed, buy it through us instead of Amazon. You pay $30 more for shipping, but you get a lifetime warranty. Well, all of a sudden, that lifetime warranty turned into a limited lifetime warranty when I had an issue. So I had to pay to ship it back, and now they want me to replace the parts in it. And Big Kahuna doesn't list any sort of warranty on its website. Continuing on with water, I fill my 16-gallon water tank once a week. If I can stretch it out, I can last about 2 weeks. It's a really simple process. I find a spigot, hook up my hose onto the spigot, and then fill up a tube in the back. So there's a tube in the back that runs out of the van, and I put a funnel down into it, and then just pour the water into the funnel and it drains through the tube into the tank. Also in the back, there's this overflow valve, which tells me when the tank is full. I find spigots mostly at campgrounds, which I ask to use or I pay to fill up. Finding water is something that you just master over through time, trial and error, and you keep your eye out for spigots. If you want to see a better way to fill up my water tank, watch the video that says what I would do differently in the build. Once I have water, I use these reusable scrub brushes to clean the dishes. I use a certain method in hopes I am conserving water. So here it is. I isolate tasks one at a time. I pre-rinse all the dishes at once. I wash all the dishes at once. Then I rinse all the dishes at once. This instead of rinsing a dish, washing a dish, rinsing a dish one at a time. I feel like that can kind of just waste water. After the wash and rinse cycles are complete, I lay the dishes out on the quartz countertop. I just dry them, put them up. It's super simple. To clean these floors, I use a good old-fashioned method of getting on my hands and knees and scrubbing. I feel like this is way more effective scrubbing with my hand, the strength of my arm, than actually having a mop. I mop monthly, not weekly, but I want to show you how it's done. I pour some soap on the ground, spray a little bit of water on the floors. Time for the rinse cycle. I make sure to get underneath the cabinets first, where the seam is. So where the floor seam is, it butts up against the cabinet, so no water will go underneath the flooring. And when I'm finished, the floors have a whole new, brand new feel. Now let's go wash these dirty rags. So this is how I clean my clothes while living in a van. I go to a laundromat. Laundromats are super easy to find. I've never had an issue finding a laundromat to clean my clothes. And now to the most anticipated weekly chore, and the grossest one, the one you've probably been waiting to see. I dump the toilet once a week. If not, the smell becomes absolutely foul. It's unbearable. So gross. First things first, yes, it does smell here. Really bad. Here's my hose dedicated just to the toilet and the dump tank. The bottom half of the toilet is the holding tank. Essentially, it holds everything from you. I don't know how to put this in a polite manner. I make sure when I unscrew this top, I set it kind of farther aside because one time it fell down in the drain, and of course I'm not gonna fetch that out. I disconnect the top from the bottom half, and this is how. There's a little lever right here, slide it over, and this is the top half of the toilet. Once I dump the bulk of what's in the holding tank, then I'll go a few times over and continuously clean it out. I'll put soap and non-chlorine bleach inside. I wash out the top of the toilet pretty well because it seems to keep smells, almost absorb them. So when I pee, it smells like pee on the top of the toilet. Part of that has to do with the flushing mechanism that I don't use anymore. To my lack of knowledge, was going off on its own in the wet room. It overflowed the toilet, it overflowed the wet room, and water started leaking into the cabin. Now it's time to wash my hands, disinfect my camera, and change clothes. Dump tanks are hit or miss if you have to pay for them. I find them at campgrounds, RV parks, gas stations, truck stops, and some cities have free dump sites. I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you. You all rock. You are so awesome because you are the reason this channel grew overnight. And to be transparent with you, I am spending this next week at Burning Man. It's my first time. It's something I have been wanting to do, so I get to check it off my bucket list. But I'm not sure about cell phone service, so I don't know if I'll be able to upload a video on Sunday. If not, then check back Monday night. As always, I wish you safe travels.